Hey guys, so this week is another sketchbook video, and I started this on December 11th and finished on the 14th of February. And this is a Canson XL mixed media sketchbook. And I tried this sketchbook once before, but in a smaller size, and I swear that the two are different. I don't know if it's like the size or they just made the paper different, but I didn't like it whenever I first tried it in the smaller size, and I did rather quite like this. Like the other one, it was like the watercolor would appear really like kind of streaky on it, like it wasn't laying down flat at all, and the two sides of the paper felt different. But like I said, I did rather quite enjoy using this, and I like how many pages it has, and the fact that it kind of is probably the most true being called mixed media as compared to others, which are sort of like less toothy paper, watercolor paper, I don't know. Like the paper is smooth enough that it doesn't seem weird to use like pencil on it, and yet it takes watercolor. And I know other people use markers on it, although I normally don't use markers in my sketchbook. I don't know, it just feels like a sin. But I actually recently got a render sketchbook, so I have been using markers in my sketchbook then. Okay, so this is whenever my Gorillas obsession started, so there's 2D and Murdoch. And I'm doing the same thing that I did last time, where I'm just doing a voiceover. In some ways it's just easier because I don't have well, I don't know what it's called actually, but my camera's mic sucks, so not using that. Honestly though, this sketchbook is mostly just doodles and scribbles, because in case you didn't watch some of my last couple videos, I was going through a pretty uninspired time whenever this sketchbook was going on, so I think a lot of it's just kind of like boring doodles or bad sketches, but whatever. I don't think it looks as bad looking at it now, but whenever I was working on it, I'm like, oh, this is like probably the most boring, uninteresting sketchbook I have ever done. Not that that's the point of a sketchbook, it's to practice, but, you know. Here I was doing some planning for a logo I was doing. Hopefully you guys can see this all okay, because I know the pencil's pretty light, and it's always hard to get good lighting for the sketchbook videos. Because, oh, okay, this page is really bad. It was whenever I was starting to get kind of frustrated with how my art was, and it was just sort of like a page of just like Sharpie drawings trying to just kind of loosen up and get more into the flow of things. I kind of like those portraits. And also there's a couple just like a odd gouache drawing in here, because that's whenever I got my gouache and I was trying to mess around with it. I need to use it more though. Some gestures. And there's another gouache drawing, and then like there's one marker drawing there in the corner to just prove me wrong what I was saying earlier. Watercolor portraits. You also kind of noticed that it's a little bit empty-ish. I think I could have afforded to have filled up the space a little bit more, but I just kind of wanted it to be done so I could start anew with another sketchbook. some hands. I need to do more hands. Those were some ideas for some stickers, and then those were some planning for the sea stoner drawing. I like those figure drawings on the right there. My Meet the Artist and the sea stoner painting. Some more planning for drawings, because I was trying to still work out of the art block and trying to get ideas down for illustrations to do. A couple of these are from an art challenge, like I think it was called February Love Art Challenge or something like that. Although I only did like 3 of the prompts and then quit. That one there on the right was actually supposed to be a video, but I ended up missing most of the footage, so that's why I had to make that sunglasses video. And here's the thumbnails for the Quina drawing. Pearl. Some thumbnails for something for Valentine's Day. You can see the Greg and Rose pictures there. And then coming up here is some like reference for my characters Yako and Amaret, because I commissioned an artist to draw them for me, so I had to make some clear reference. And these gestures that I really like. So that's pretty much about it. Sorry, I think this was kind of boring overall, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!